Bitcoin's given us a change in perspective and a different measured move that we're going to map out here in the video today. It's an important one, and I can't wait to dive in what this does to Bitcoin dominance, and we'll check that out at the end of the video. It could be an important change in the way I've been looking at the market. There's quite a few sections in the video today. If you want to skip ahead, you can use the links in the description down below to move to different parts of the video so you can get right to the information that's important for you. First of all, let's check out our trading system. We have the buy on the 12-hour EMA cross. Prices have come up and they've made the potential top formation actually right now. We've got a potential 1, 2, 3. Prices have broken below it. They've come up to retest the number 3 and now they're fading off from here. Our trading system also exits on the 4-hour EMA exit. And then we've crossed back in as the 4-hour EMA has crossed back over, but looks like we'll have to feather back out of our position as this Bitcoin price eases off from here. Some people say that 80 to 90% of new traders end up losing money when they're trading crypto, and I want to do my bit to help with crypto adoption. If you're being successful in your trading, you're going to stay around in the industry and you're going to help other people get into it. And so I'm giving away a training series that I used to charge $300 for. It brings everybody in our trading community up to a higher level of understanding. You get the entire trading plan, all the entries and exits. You learn the 5 stages of the trade and how to implement those rules. And then we have our free Discord community where you can come and practice this trading plan. I hope that my contribution helps out the crypto world, and I would love to see you as a part of it. Yesterday and a few days ago, I was really focused on this trend line break and that prices had come up above it, that we were making support, and it looked like we were going to be taking off. However, we've broken below this support and it now looks more correct to be considering this parallel channel as our main go-to. If that's the case, we might expect Bitcoin prices to continue coming down this way. Let's see what our indicators are telling us. So you can see I've already moved the parallel channel in this chart. And yesterday I was looking for the relative strength index to break up and through this as prices broke up and out of this range. And we had the alternative, of course, is breaking down through the back into the range. And earlier we had an RSI pattern that was similar as we went through an upward move and then pulled back. And through this period and this period here especially, I was really expecting that we were going to be breaking out higher and breaking out higher from those spots. But we broke back down each time and we continued to test that parallel channel, which is where we may be going right now as prices are pulling back. So let's take a look at the MACD indicator. It's also showing the same thing on the 4-hour. We're not continuing to break up through this parallel channel as I was kind of expecting, but now that this channel has more clearly defined itself and we can see this crossover is pulling back, and our 4-hour EMA may cross over. As we check out the buying volume here on the 12-hour time frame, we can see that we just didn't get a lot of buying volume coming up on this leg. We tried here, we got some good buying volume here on each of these legs, but nothing yet on this leg. We've got to see what's coming in and look for the volume to be picking up before we're going to be breaking higher. As we zoom in on this to check out the bearishness of it, okay, it's actually not that bad, and we're not having too much of a dump yet on this in terms of volume, where we've had greater and lesser volume on the dumps out here. We'll see how this plays out. This is not an indicator that's predictive, but it shows us what's been going on. And sometimes these patterns really turn out to be valid. So it doesn't override any of the other indicators. Yesterday, we were looking at the 4-hour Ichimoku Cloud, and I was looking for it to pull through the cloud and test from above, but it's bounced off the cloud and pulled back. When I zoom into a closer time frame, it still isn't quite serious. Once we breach these levels down through this parallel channel, it'll get to be more serious in the range that it's going right now. We'll see what goes on over time, but this has to cross back over positive and get back up above these ranges for any kind of bull action to go on for now. So the trend has changed, and this narrow band right here is really saying that there's going to be a big move come out of this. So really important to be watching as prices come to the edge of this band down to the 59 level. Really important to be watching what's going on there. If prices spike down to the 59, 58.5 level and go outside of this standard deviation, I would say that it's probably going to be bouncing back up with fervor. So really dangerous zones here right now. If we were to break out higher past these levels, I'd be watching for it to pull back sharply. It's a really, really dangerous zone right now. And great that we have the Bollinger Bands to nail this down for us, where the other indicators are telling us that it's not breaking out bullish quite yet and giving us some prediction as to where it might come down to. The Bollinger Bands are much more clear about those ranges of where the important areas are. And I want to stop a second here and share a tool that I've been using since 2015. I think every single crypto trader needs this tool. It's called cointracking.co. I can connect all the different exchanges to see how my overall trading is doing, and it's easy for me to export tax reports with this program as well. Now let's end with a quick look at Bitcoin dominance and then a color-coded look at what the bull markets and altcoins actually look like. This is the Bitcoin dominance chart through 2020 and 21. In 2020, we had a bit of a bull run, then we had the bear run, then from the beginning of January until the end or the middle of May, we had a bull run in altcoins. As dominance is going down from the end of July until the middle of September, we had another bit of a bull run, a little bit of a pump here. And now I want to take a graphical look at how our trading system handles this kind of action in the prices. I'm going to pull up the Crypto SmartWatch control panel, and this is where the data is entered for every single different coin. And we color code it according to how it is matching up to our trading system. Green means it's past the buy signal and we should be holding it. Blue and black means it's passing our exit signals and we should be exiting. Yellow means to be alert, our trading signal is coming up. And so you can see here, what I've got is the end of 2020, where everything is gray and orange, and there's a couple sprinkling of yellow, which is our alerts, and very few hold status coins. In fact, Bitcoin is the hold status coin here because Bitcoin dominance is rising and Bitcoin is the only coin we should be holding through this period. And then as we move into January, Bitcoin pulls back and crosses the 4-hour EMA exit. And you can see the change in the whole mood of the cryptos. All these yellows and greens and everything is getting much more chipper and starting to pick up this bull action. And this is February 2nd here at the bottom. As I pull along through February and we go through March and April, we can see that was a really strong bull market, a little pullback and everything went full steam again, a little pullback, and then everything's pulling back and exiting here May 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th. Everything's all exiting. And that really matches exactly what we see in Bitcoin dominance, where prices went green throughout all of this period here, and then they pulled back and we saw all the blues and the blacks right in the middle of May, before dominance really pulled up hard. We were exiting our positions. So then let's continue on and see what happened through August. As we go through time, we see that through May and June and through the early part of July, it's pretty much wasteland here. We have pretty much a desert all the way along, where most coins are on neutral stance or exit or near fail or fail status, which means they're not just topping out, but they're actually making new lows and coming down lower. However, at the end of July, we can see everything's picking up. And before all of these greens started popping up, we can see a field of alerts popping up all over the place. And many of these coins stayed in alert status for quite a while. Moved up nearer, and then they pulled back, and they moved up, and then they crossed over into the hold stances that we saw. But they didn't last long, not nearly as long as the bull market from before. And now as we pull forward into October, to the end of October, and you can see for yourself the color coding here. It's starting to pick up a little bit, but it's not yet into a full bull market color code. We haven't come around the corner into spring. If you like the concept of this Crypto SmartWatch control panel, the simple color-coded way to show you which coins should be in our portfolio and a quick objective way to know when we should exit our holds, head over to the website intro-to-cryptos.ca, click on the Crypto SmartWatch, and read through the details of how this works for you. As you know now, our channel is still small. Very few people are seeing these videos. This is an incredible opportunity for our small audience to really step ahead of everybody else and really make some gains in these markets. And so while it may change that way and we may get that data, and I'll certainly be taking action on all of these alerts that turn into hold stance coins that are, on my short list of coins I want to trade, I'm still really skeptical and wanting to be nervous about what's going on with Bitcoin dominance right here. I'm just anticipating that we're going to see some of the action we've seen before in the past. If we pull Bitcoin back to the daily time frame and we compare with Bitcoin prices in the background, it's easier to see up here closer. Bitcoin dominance went up, it pulled back, and it went up in two really big waves at the early part of the Bitcoin bull market. So Bitcoin dominance has bottomed and it's gone up a little bit and pulled back on the first part of this Bitcoin wave here. And I'm still anticipating that as Bitcoin goes higher, we're going to see yet another leg of Bitcoin dominance rising up from where we are here to another leg, just as we did through this period here. And I could be wrong, but I'm just preparing for it and holding back on my enthusiasm in the altcoins until I really am convinced that Bitcoin dominance has changed directions and is starting to move in the other way. As we zoom in through time and we're looking at Bitcoin dominance, it's this 1, 2, 3 formation that's really got me. It's a 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, still showing strength. Yesterday I was expecting it to just take off from here. It could still build up. It still hasn't changed my mind yet that we could have that massive killer move in Bitcoin dominance that crushes the alts and really resets their value in terms of Bitcoin. If Bitcoin does go from 60,000 to 100,000, then most of the coins can't stay at 500 Satoshi where it is now. It will have to move back to 250 Satoshi in order to keep the same US dollar valuation. So this is why I'm expecting that Bitcoin's going to go whoosh way up and the alts are going to get crushed way down. Their US dollar value may stay the same, but if Bitcoin is going to go on that massive run up, then dominance is probably going to give it away on the alts. And that wraps it up for this morning's video. If you like this content, hit the thumbs up button. If you've got some questions, leave the comments down below. I'll definitely answer so that I can help you make the best of all of these potentials in the cryptocurrencies right now. That's it. I'll see you on the next video. Trade safe and keep those losses small.